mind your business. Getting a little bit draining. If I'm doing something, if I'm working, why are you asking me to mash the potatoes and the keys for the sake of the Instagram story boomerang of the keys? I'm not bothered. In 10 years I'll be 31. That is disgusting. This question is genuinely going to give me an existential crisis, so thank you for that. Hello, so today I'm filming a little get ready with me skincare makeup. I'm gonna answer some questions, fill you all in on my life situation kind of video, just because my brain is fried. I don't have the mental capacity to make a fitness, educational, informational video today, and I still want to upload this week, and people do ask about my skincare. I've got my white robe on, which I may or may not have taken from a hotel in Oxford. Mind your business. So yeah, the first thing I'm using on my skin is just the Kiehl's Calendula toner. I know that some people like to put it on a cotton pad, but ever since I saw James Welsh doing it where he like pours it on his hand basically and presses it in, I just much prefer doing that, and I just feel like my skin feels nicer. I'm then using some hyaluronic acid. I'm just going to use the one from the Inculist. I've tried the ordinary one and the Inculist hyaluronic acid. I much prefer that one, although I've just ordered, it was ridiculous expensive, I've just ordered some Glow Recipe skincare because the packaging was really pretty and it kind of pulled me in. So I've just ordered their hyaluronic acid serum, which is like 4 times the price of this, 5 times the price of this, so hopefully that's not actually a waste of money, because I'll be a little bit annoyed if it is. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be a little bit annoyed. I'm then gonna use my Dear Claire's moisturizer and my Kiehl's avocado eye cream, and I'm gonna answer a question whilst I do this so that I don't actually forget. Someone says, how do you keep from burning out after long weeks of work / school? Asking the wrong person, you're asking the wrong girl. You know when you're just constantly, not constantly working, obviously I'm not an idiot, like I do sleep, I do have like, not really days off, but like days where I have less to do, but I just feel like I've not really taken like my head, it's like when you go, it's like such a bad analogy, but like swimming underwater and you've just not taken your head above the water, if that makes sense. So I definitely do need a break. This is brand new, I actually got this in my Kiehl's advent calendar, a full-size avocado eye cream. Yeah, to answer the question of how do I avoid getting burnt out, I wouldn't say I feel burnt out, I just feel tired all the time and never fully rested, which is basically burnt out. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be completely honest, I'm really bad at balancing stuff. I've seen Hannah recently, I've not really seen any of my other friends because I'm awful at managing my time. Not really managing my time because I get everything done, but just awful at taking time properly for myself. But I have decided that I am going to take the week off over Christmas, and by the week off I mean I'm not going to be doing like client check-ins with my clients that week. I'm not going to be writing any training programs that week. I'm kind of using that to get my uni it's really not a week off, I'm kind of using that week to get my uni deadline sorted, because pretty much I have like 4 essays or something due in on the 11th of January. Not started anything, not even looked at it, but yeah. So to answer the question of how do I avoid getting burnt out, you're asking the wrong person, because honestly I am tired at the moment. I just put some SPF 50 on my face. I wear SPF every single day, I look like a little egg, and then I'm using my Hourglass foundation. This is a little bit, this isn't really much at the moment, so oops. What I have to do is basically just, this is my summer colour, and this is no summer, we're in the depths of winter, we're in the deep dark depths of winter, so this doesn't really match, but basically I just use a tiny amount, as we can see, and just spread it across my face so it's not such an opaque colour, because this can be like super full coverage. Look at that. Does it match? No, it doesn't, but we're going to work with it anyway. So someone asked, do you have any regrets from this year? I don't know whether to say this or not because it's a little bit depressing, but I think I'm just going to speak about it anyway. Basically, I was at uni from like January to March, and I came home for a few weekends because I was doing my personal training qualification and finishing my exams, and I did it like blended, so it was like distance learning, so like you'd go away and study, but I had like 6 weekends or something with the place where I did my personal training course. So I did come home because that was in Leeds, and obviously I'm from Bradford, it's near Leeds, you know the drill. And at this point in time, my gran was still with us and in a care home, and I went to see my gran all the time. I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't hate going to see my gran, I actually really liked it. Background story, she actually lived with us for like 2-3 years, and I'm not ashamed to admit it's really difficult. No matter how much you love someone, it's really difficult to live with someone. She had Alzheimer's, so I actually found that I really made the most of my time when she did go into a care home with her, because it was nice because I could actually just go and see her, and I didn't get so, like, it sounds horrible to say it, but I didn't get so like irritated or annoyed or like as upset. So I did go see her a lot, but there was that last weekend I came home from a PT course, was like right at the end of February, around when coronavirus was kicking in, and I didn't go to see my gran that weekend. And then obviously when the whole coronavirus thing kicked off, I remember laying in bed when Boris announced the lockdown, and I was still at uni, and then my mum and dad came to get me the next day, and I was literally laying in bed and I was like, this year is not gonna end well. Instantly I was like, I should have gone to see my gran. I can feel it. I should have gone to see my gran. I did get to see my gran since then, but it was like twice, and it was like through a window, and it was just awful. Like, it was just awful. She couldn't hear a word we were saying, and she had to have someone from the home sat with her, which I completely understand, probably to make sure that like we're not like breaking any like COVID guidelines, because obviously the people in care homes super vulnerable to like being seriously poorly if they do catch the virus. So I do understand that, but it's just not nice sitting with like a relative and having to have someone else sat there, because she ended up just speaking to them and not speaking to me or my mum, and she got poorly. And I don't know if other people know this, but like in the UK you couldn't go into care homes other than for end of life care through like the coronavirus thing, because it was just seen as too risky. I think they've kind of changed the rules a little bit now, because there's been like petitions and stuff, which is great. Sadly too late for me, but it's great for other people. Yeah, so then I was allowed to actually go and see her in person, hold her hand and stuff, but I regret that my last memories of my gran are what they are, and that's my own fault, because I didn't go see her, and that's my own fault. Do I have any bad habits? Yes. I'm awful at getting off my phone, because obviously my clients message me on my phone, and I have my phone with me all the time. I find it really hard when I'm with people to not respond to client messages, and I know deep down, do my clients care if I take 3 hours instead of 30 minutes to reply? No. But when I'm with people, I do really struggle to get off my phone, and it's a really bad habit, and I know that it annoys people, so I am trying. I also have another bad habit, which is I'm absolutely awful making plans. You could literally not see me for like 4 months, but the next time you see me it will be just as it was before. And I have a couple of friends that's kind of a reciprocal thing. So like Kennedy, we've known each other since we were like really little, and our friendship is the exact same. So like we could literally not even speak or like text. Like we don't really text all the time either. We barely speak, to be honest. I'm going to be completely honest, we barely speak. But every time I do see her, it's just like normal, and it's never weird or awkward, and we never get annoyed with each other for basically, it sounds awful, but not making an effort. It's not that we're not making an effort, we both just understand that like we are busy. But I completely understand that everyone has different needs when it comes to friends. I'd say I'm pretty like low maintenance person. I don't need my friends to text me all the time, but I know that some of my friends are literally the polar opposite, and like they want to make plans and stuff like that. So it is a bad habit, and I'm trying to get out of it. I'm trying to get better. I'm better than I used to be. I used to literally, I would never make plans with anyone, but I am better than I used to be. I'm still just not great, and it's bad at the moment. Especially at the moment, I just really haven't had much time, and it's bad, and I'm trying to get out of that habit. Probably all ties in with like obviously just working a bit too much. But I swear one of my like most commonly asked questions now is, am I in a relationship? I don't know how I feel about like posting relationships on social media. In my own experience, I think when it's done like really in your face, I think not everyone is like this, but I think I've known a lot of people where it's like they're overcompensating for the actual state of their relationship, which sounds really bad, but I feel like some people do use posting on social media to like basically belittle their relationship problems and make it look like it's better than it actually is, which is fine if that's what people want to do. But I'm not sure, like I would never hide a relationship. Like if I was in a relationship, I don't even know why people care if I'm in a relationship or not, because I'm Amy from Bradford, do you know what I mean? It's really not a big deal, but people do seem to care. I think if I was in a relationship, obviously I would not hide it. I would not be like, no, I'm single. I'd not lie about it, but I don't think I'd be like posting about it all the time. But yeah, so no, I do not have a boyfriend. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Do you like living at home with your family? Do you get privacy or space? So yeah, I didn't end up going back to live in Newcastle. I've still been doing uni online. A lot of people have asked about uni. I'll fill you in on that in a second. So yeah, I stayed at home, and at first it was okay, but now it's getting a little bit draining. Some people in my family don't seem to understand what I do. So let me give you an example of this. My sister worked at home for like 2-3 months. So my sister works just like a 9-5 job. I need this mirror, I can't do it without. So yeah, my sister works like a standard 9-5 job. Would my mum have dreamt of going in and asking her to mash the potatoes when she's on a client call or when she's doing something important to do with her work? No, she wouldn't. So why does my mum do that to me? I completely understand that I don't have like set work hours, and that I'm really lucky with that. Like I can be more flexible, but like if I'm doing something, if I'm working, why are you asking me to mash the potatoes? And then she gets annoyed when I say I'm working, and I just think, okay. Whenever I'm away, I really like miss them and I want to come home, but I think I am gonna have to go back to uni in January because it's just, it gets a bit much. And I think because I do work from home and I don't really leave the house, because we're in tier 3 in Bradford, there's nothing to leave the house for. I barely leave the house, but it gets a little bit intense. I don't really have that much privacy, all living under the same roof. I can't go anywhere without giving an explanation of where I am going, but it is what it is. And I do think I'm quite lucky with like my setup at home. Like I do actually get on with my mum and dad pretty well, so I'm not gonna sit or stand, even as we are standing in the downstairs bathroom, and dwell on that one too much. It's really not that bad, but yeah, I'm not loving being at home. Do you think Sam should take Zara back in Made in Chelsea? Unpopular opinion, I actually do. I genuinely don't think she will cheat again, but yeah, I don't know if that will then get toxic, because he will not be able to trust her. I think if he can trust her again, they should absolutely go for it, but if he can't, then they're gonna have to leave it, because that's just not going to end well. Another question is, do you ever regret starting your business whilst at uni? Good question. The answer to that question is actually no. By the way, I'm using the Fenty Beauty sticks. That's what I've been using on my face. I'm now using one of their blushes. Yeah, no, I actually don't regret starting my business whilst at uni, because it gives me a lot of peace of mind. Like I could drop out of uni now. I'm not gonna, because I really want to finish my degree. I've put myself through this, I may as well finish it. I've got, you know, 6 months left. Like this time last year I was thinking, I was like, shit, like what am I actually gonna do after uni? Like I'm actually gonna have to sort my life out and like get a job, and like I'm gonna need to get work experience. But there was nothing that I wanted to do more than what I do now, which is obviously like I do social media bits, but it is primarily my coaching, and there's nothing I would want to be doing more than that. That is what I love doing. So like when I would think to myself this time last year, like, oh, that I need to get like work experience, it would literally make me want to cry, because I would just think, I can't think of anything other than this that I want to do. So I made that decision to do my personal training qualification last year whilst at uni. I made the decision to start my coaching business in like February, March, and I'm so happy with how well it's gone. It's a super competitive, saturated market, but if you're interested in doing something like coaching or just something where people say it's an oversaturated market, pretty much everything is oversaturated, so you may as well just give it your best crack and see how it goes. That's my thoughts on it anyway, because obviously on social media you see like the top, I don't even know what percent, there are so many trainers, so many coaches, and on Instagram the top like percent of that is magnified, and like you see the lifestyles they live and it all looks really, really exciting, which it is. Like when you get to like that point, I can imagine it's really exciting and you've got a really fun life and you get to do loads of cool shit, but obviously not everyone is going to get to that point. I don't really have much time for uni. Loads of people asked about uni, like how's it going, stuff like that, so I'm just going to answer that now. Uni is going. It's going. I feel like the point from when you do like your SATs in year 6, I don't know if they do them anymore, there was a whole kerfuffle when I did mine about like not doing them anymore, but if they do still do them, so from that point onwards I feel like every single like point you get to, like you get to your GCSEs, you get to your A levels, and you're told this is gonna be the biggest jump, you need to get your heads together. Like that assembly at the start of the year, no, the biggest jump you will experience is second year to final year of university. Regardless of the degree, I am pretty sure that is the biggest jump you will come across. It's a jump. Just get so annoyed, like they give such boring assignments. Why is my digital marketing such an interesting topic and one of like my favourite things to learn about? Why is my assignment on ScotRail? I need the answers, because this is not adding up, this is not making sense. I much prefer being given an essay where we get to like pick an advert, like that's one of my essays, I have to pick an advert that shows like stereotypes and stuff, and I never ever do well on an assignment that I find boring. The best I've ever done on an assignment was last year, and it was an essay about Gymshark and their like digital marketing, social media marketing, like how they've like utilised influencer marketing. Best essay I've done, best grade I've ever got, and it was interesting. Give us a chance, give us something interesting to write about. Okay, thoughts on mental health and dealing with depression. I have never had a clinical diagnosis of depression. The only mental health thing that I have like diagnosed, confirmed, is general anxiety disorder. I don't speak about it a lot because I don't know how to explain it, but like I don't want it to become like a personality trait that I've got anxiety, or like I feel like if I talk about it too much I start really identifying with it and becoming more and more anxious, because I'm like, well, this is who I am, whereas I just prefer to think of it as like I'll go through like ups and downs of it and that's fine, but I am not like my anxiety. That sounds so fluffy and like, oh shut up, but like it's true. I don't have it confirmed, but I'm like 80% sure I have that like seasonal affective disorder, because the difference in me from like this time of year to like summertime is crazy. Everyone gives the same sort of advice, but sometimes it's actually more useful to speak to someone that doesn't know you personally, because speaking to like, I think sometimes if you speak to like your mum or your dad or like your parents about it, well for me personally I always find it awkward because I don't want to upset anyone or worry anyone. So when I'm going through like bouts of anxiety, which I am at the moment, like I don't know if the camera's going to pick up on this, but my stomach is literally like churning by the second. My anxiety has been horrific recently, but yeah, I never want to upset them, so I think it just depends on who you're comfortable speaking to, but I personally prefer to speak to like either a friend or someone that I actually just don't know on like a personal level, or like the person that I've been seeing. One thing that I actually really like that I've noticed from him and like some other people is like when people listen to like like he doesn't listen to respond, he literally just lets me speak, and then he will give me advice if he can, but if he can't then he just basically just lets me speak, which is good because I can talk for England. My advice would be to reach out to someone and speak to someone, whoever that is for you. I'm not going to say you have to go and speak to a professional. Any step in speaking to anyone, just reaching out for help, is a big step, and it's something that's really not easy to do, so definitely speak to someone. And also don't beat yourself up if you've been feeling weird recently. I've been feeling really bad for how anxious I felt recently. Like when I'm experiencing like bad anxiety, I basically wake up feeling sick every day, and my gut health, sorry if this is too much information, is absolutely horrendous, and I've been like that for a few weeks now. It's not been a good time. At the end of the day, we've not all experienced what's happened this year in the same way, and so many people have had it so much worse than me, but it's been a weird and tough year for everyone, pretty much everyone, regardless of circumstances. So don't beat yourself up if you have found that you've not been super productive this year, or like really like cheery this year. Like, I think it's completely normal to have gone through like a bit of a dip this year, because it's just been like routines and stuff have been completely thrown off. Ooh, I like this question. What age do you plan on or think you'll be able to buy your own house? So I do have a lifetime ISA. If you're not from the UK, I don't know if other countries have equivalents, but basically there's a lifetime ISA and help to buy ISA. I've got a lifetime ISA, but the principle is fairly similar. I have to use the money that's in there for a house. So you can put up to £4,000 a year in, and the government will give you 25%. So if you put £4,000 in a year in, that makes it £5,000, if that makes sense, and you can put it towards a house. And I've actually been really good at saving. I used to be so bad with money. Obviously it helps that actually I earn a decent amount and I can live comfortably now, so that does help. I'm not going to say that I've all of a sudden not increased my income and got really good at saving. Like, that's not the case. I earn enough money to be able to save as well, something that I'm happy with. But yeah, in terms of when I want to move out, by the way, I've just used a MAC mascara, a MAC eyeshadow in my eyebrows, a MAC brow gel, and now I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk lip liner. I'm really lucky that my mum and dad will have me at home, so they're not going to be booting me out anytime soon unless I get really annoying. They will have me at home, so I am going to stay at home until I've saved up enough I can get a mortgage. And I don't, right, comment down below before I even say this what age you want to move out at. Give me a second. Have you written it? Because I was talking to my friend about this the other day, and we've all got the same number in our head. We all want to move out by 26. But I do believe I will actually be able to move out before then, which is obviously really exciting. I'm not in a rush to do it though. Perfect. So I'm not in a rush to move out, but hopefully I will be able to move out sooner than 26. I have 26 in my head, so I'm not going to be mad if it takes me until 26 to save up for a deposit for a house I want, but 26 is the number I've got in my head. I think we've all got like so accustomed to, again, like I spoke about with the coaching business, what you see on social media, and we forget that like what we've seen on social media with like mega influencers, celebrities, young people doing really exceptionally well at such a young age, it's not the norm. It's like the top 0.0001%, but because it's all you see on social media, it's magnified, and we think that that's like normal, and that, oh my god, like you need to have like a Range Rover by 21, you need to have moved out by 22, you need to have a boyfriend, you need to have a stable relationship, you need to have all of this. And I just think it's not realistic. Like, realistically, at 21 years old, I am still a child. I am a mere fetus. For me personally, I just want to move out when I can get a home that I really want, not just moving out for the sake of saying got the keys, for the sake of the Instagram story boomerang of the keys. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered, and I want to make sure I've got enough money to furnish it, because like watching Sophia and Chinzia's moving vlogs has made me realise how expensive furniture is, and I just don't want to be in a position where I'm living in a house and it's not furnished. I know that it's unrealistic to get everything done like as soon as you move in, but like I would want to have like the big things sorted and have enough money to do that as well. So yeah, it's probably looking like 26, because let's be honest, I'm not a millionaire. I'm just going to answer a couple of last questions really quickly. Update about your laser please. So I've not actually started my laser hair removal yet. I had a patch test which went fine. I didn't have a reaction, so my first appointment is the 23rd of December. Nice little Christmas present to myself, and I will keep you updated on how that goes. If you want me to like actually like do a video on laser hair removal after like a few sessions, then I will. But yeah, I'm getting laser hair removal because I've been waxing for like 2-3 years now, and I still find that like I get like ingrown hairs, and as much as I don't care if anyone finds this gross, as much as I love popping ingrown hairs, I don't want them anymore. Yeah, I'm sick of them. I'm sick of the sight of them. So I'm getting laser hair removal on my you know. And the final question I'm going to answer is, where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? Okay, I see myself being very successful in terms of whatever success means to me at that point. Finances, that might be having a family. Oh my god, in 10 years I might have a baby. In 10 years I'll be 31. That is disgusting. This question is genuinely going to give me an existential crisis, so thank you for that. I want to live my life, you know, I want to live my life for me, be a little bit selfish. If I'm going to be on this planet for 80 or 80 plus years, I want my selfish years, so half of that, 40. Be happy to have a baby at 40. I know it's, you know, there's all the like biological things to consider, but my mum did have me at 40, so maybe I've got, maybe there is hope for me to do that. What do I see myself 5-10 years? 5-10 years is a big difference, so I'll just go with 10. Successful in terms of whatever that is, like I've just said. I would love to still be doing coaching or something to do with fitness. I actually am in the process of sorting out something exciting which I need to start looking into, which I want to get sorted for next year. Am I crazy trying to do this at the same time as uni? Hell yeah, but we move. And I think I just want to be at peace. I want to have travelled. I want to have gone to America. I want to have gone to places like Barbados, Mauritius, places like that. I really want to go to. My mum and dad are interested. They're more than happy to just plod around in Europe, but I want to go like further afield and do some like further away travelling. They've already done that, so they're not bothered about that anymore, but I would love to do that. I would love to have like a secure relationship in 5-10 years. Like cringe as that might sound, I would really like to have that and just feel safe and stable in a relationship. I would like that. Would I like to be married in 10 years? Who knows, maybe. I've got warped views on marriage, so I'm not 100% sure that's something I want to do. Yeah, I just want to be like content with my life in 5-10 years. That would be nice. And I think if I'm happy with my life, then I'm not really bothered about the other circumstances like finances. Have I got a husband? Have I got a kid? I'm not really bothered. Yeah, I'm gonna leave this video here. Hope you enjoyed it. If I did forget to mention anything, I'm pretty sure I told you everything that I use, but if I forgot to mention anything and you want to know the specific names, shades, anything like that, just comment it down below and I will let you know. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just like a more chilled video from me, a bit more of an honest video about how I've actually been doing recently. I have held back a smidge in terms of what's actually been going on, but I think if you follow me on Instagram and stuff, you'll have seen anyway. It is what it is. I hope everyone is well. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'm just gonna go. I'll show you a little close-up of what I've done to my face. I think I need to be like a little bit more tan for this lip combo. It looks a little bit like boom. I might change it to a clay gloss, but yeah, I'm gonna leave the video there, so thanks for watching. Goodbye.